What's up, guys? So, as you can tell, this is not Yu-Gi-Oh! This is TFT. And so a few updates. Basically, I've had a very, very busy and enjoyable month. It's been absolutely lovely. Went to Marrakesh, so I don't know. I was going to do a travel vlog, but I don't know if you guys are interested in that. Let me know if you are. So I went to Marrakesh, had a couple of events, and yeah, now I'm in the kind of preparation point for YC's Bologna. Now, don't worry, more Yu-Gi-Oh content is coming. However, I'm going through a challenge, which I'm going to try and do, which is to upload a video every day in December. Now, it's not easy. I'm recording this Thursday the 30th of November, and I have not prepared any videos yet. So I'm aware this is probably a little bit of an optimistic challenge, but I'm still going to go for it. And because of that, it'll be hard to upload just Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for the whole month. Like, I can upload dual videos every day, but I also want some content, some more high effort content that you guys will be interested in. And so because of that, what would be really nice for me is if you guys let me know what kind of stuff you'd want to see. What other games do you want me to play? So 2 games that I already know that I probably will have running as their own kind of separate series. One is probably going to be Slay the Spire. I've been playing loads of that. And one is going to be TFT. I'm going to do a bit of a TFT grind. And I'll chat a bit about TFT and kind of what's brought me back to playing this, because if you were one of my really early, like first 50 subscribers, you would have seen this is actually the second game I started playing. The first game I played on my channel was Borderlands. The second game I played on my channel was TFT, and then I moved to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, guys, I'm not even really a Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator, man. I'm originally a TFT guy. But yeah, I've even confused myself. Yeah, what games do you guys want me to play? Tell me what games you got. Tell me what games you guys would like to see. I'm very open to playing some single player games as well and doing some playthroughs. There's things like the Cyberpunk expansion, Starfall or Starfield. Like, I've been really interested in a lot of these games, and I'd be really open to giving those a try as well. And then not only that, but for Yu-Gi-Oh, if you're interested in a specific deck or something, let me know as well. One of the things that I really enjoy about Yu-Gi-Oh is that there are just so many decks you can play. There are so many things you can do. And so for me personally, I'm very open to kind of spending a few days kind of like on maybe a Dark Lord deck, go back to that, try out the new Silent Force deck, try out a Labyrinth deck and give you some builds of that. I might actually do some profiles as well. That might be another set of content that I'll do. I might start profiling people who top events again and kind of dropping those every day. But yeah, there's going to be lots and lots and lots of different types of content. It's going to be a fun month. I hope you guys stay here. So yeah, that's the end of the Yu-Gi-Oh portion of this. Now we're going to talk about TFT. I might go back to Yu-Gi-Oh at some point because, yeah, but we're going to talk about TFT. So what has brought me back to TFT? Why is it that I'm playing this? So look, I used to be really, really into TFT. Like I said, when I first started my channel, I played a lot of TFT, and as a game, I think it's probably one of the most fun that I've played. Like, it's just so interesting. I really like the different, like the whole auto battler thing and the different comps you can make, and you have like the different positions you can do, and I like the different like synergies and all of that. And then kind of to add on to that, I really, really like the Chosen mechanic. Now, I remember when the Chosen mechanic was out like ages ago. This was, I don't even remember what set, maybe it was like set 3. The Chosen mechanic was a thing, and I played hugely in that set. I was playing the Nico, I don't know if they were called Guardians, and I can't remember what they were called, but it was like Nico plus like Aatrox, Sejuani, and then the idea is that your team's really tanky. Fabled Chosen, it was Fabled Guardians or something like that, and the idea is that your whole team is super tanky, and then Nico, she had an ability where she fires, she hits someone and it explodes, and it like one-shots the enemy team. And it was just a really fun build, and I remember playing a huge amount of that set. I wish I could play the old sets. I know there was a way you could do it on the Chinese servers way back when, but I never kind of investigated and tried to learn how to do that properly. But yeah, I really like Chosen. I really, really enjoyed Chosen. Now, I carried on playing TFT a bit. What's nice about TFT is that it's an easy mobile game to play. So for example, I was in Marrakesh. I didn't take a laptop or anything with me, just whenever I was bored, just played it, well, rarely. But like, there was times when I was like buying a pool and stuff, and I played some TFT. It was really, really fun. But when I heard they were bringing back Chosen for this set, it definitely piqued my interest again. Like I said, Chosen, I think, for me, was the most fun part of TFT. I don't think I've ever had nearly as much fun in a set as I have intros, as I did intros and as I have intros. I don't know, my words aren't working right now. So it's nice to go back to it and give it a bit of a try. Another kind of interesting thing is that I also kind of like the theme this set, the music theme. I think it's quite cool. So it's been really fun to play again. Now I am having to relearn. I got to kind of high diamond. I don't know if I ever got to master, but I know I got to high diamond when I was playing TFT back then. But that was quite a big investment and it took a long time. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that in a month. We'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get lucky. Right now I'm right at the bottom of gold 0. I literally just got into gold like a day or two ago. But yeah, if you guys have any advice or any tips, let me know, guys. Look, all the time I watch people like Bunny Muffins and all these guys, and like they're good like a TFT. I'm not that guy. If you're looking for some high skill level TFT, that's not me. But I'm sure you guys watching are amazing at TFT, and so if you are, give me some tips. Like what pump should I be doing? One of the things I really like about TFT is that I feel like with League and even with Yu-Gi-Oh as well, the meta for the most part only changes. Well, actually no, Yu-Gi-Oh is a bad example, but with League, the meta for the most part changes really strictly with the patches. A new patch happens, champs get stronger, champs get worse, and then that determines what happens to the rest of the patch. And that tends to be the case almost all the time with League. There's small variations, there's small fluctuations, but for the most part the meta just stays relatively static, and it follows the patches in terms of how the meta fluctuates. One thing I really like about TFT is I don't think it's like that. I think the TFT meta changes almost daily. Like every day on the TFT subreddit there's a new random build that someone discovers, and then now everyone's playing that and they try and figure out a way to play that in the most effective way and blah blah blah. And I really like that because for me it gives me a constant thing that I can focus on and try and get better with. So it's like every day I can learn a new build. So literally a week ago I was learning how Annie was a really good chosen, and you could just do this reroll emo Annie build, and now I'm not playing it anymore. I still think it's good. I just happen to not be playing it anymore. But it was cool to learn that and to like, okay, so it's like you roll for your Annies early on, and then you have a Moo, and then with Annie the way you build her is a bit different. You focus on just giving her loads of mana. I really like that, and I like that kind of aspect of TFT. It really attracts me to the game. It really makes me have a lot of fun in the game. And I think as well, so again, it's like if you're someone who is on the subreddit, if you're someone who's kind of doing the work and investigating every day with TFT, I do think, and like watching the creators, I do think you can do really well and learn a lot of new builds every single day and follow the meta in that way. But on the flip side, if you're someone who's only playing TFT once a week, personally I found that it's really hard to do well because the meta just changes so effectively and so quickly that it's like really, so that's a little bit frustrating sometimes. But yeah, really like TFT, had a lot of fun with it. So what am I doing right now? Look, now I'm doing something which I usually don't do, but the game seems to be chucking loads of OLAFs in my face, and he's really good for carrying you through early games. So normally I wouldn't have bought this many OLAFs, but it seems that I might end up doing some janky OLAF carry frontline. What's nice is I haven't rerolled once, so even if I get him to free start, I won't feel that bad about selling him, because yeah, I've literally done nothing. The game's just chucked OLAFs at me and I'm picking them up. It would be nice to have some Pentakill units and maybe go to Pentakill. I know Mordekaiser is a really good frontline as well, so like having that as a frontline would be good, but I don't know if I'll get there. We'll see. One of the things that I think is also nice about TFT is it's been interesting to see how the game's evolved. It's a bit like League, where when I first started, so I started playing League in Season 2, and I remember in Season 2 that the Lee Sin Insect was like this crazy play that most people couldn't do. Like your average gold player probably couldn't insect, whereas now that's like a basic Lee Sin play. And I think TFT is growing in the same way, which is why when I was good at TFT was still basic. It's like the things that I could do, not everyone could do, because it was like the game was still in those early days. What I like is that now not much of that is true. So for example, if you're playing TFT now, you probably know how to position effectively. Most TFT players can position effectively. You can't just win games by having perfect position. Like I remember that was a whole thing I used to think about. It's like, am I gonna put, when I got to Diamond, the gains in Diamond, I don't know if it's the same now, but before it was like you would only get like 20 LP for a win, 10 LP, 20 LP for like first, and you get like 10 LP for like fourth. Then if you come fifth, you'll lose like 15. If you come eighth, you lose like 80. And so it didn't really matter as long as you topped forward. As long as you topped forward. Yeah, I feel like I said that right. And so because of that, I was like a thing that I would constantly be thinking each game, like, am I going to waste my time? Ooh, having this is absolutely lovely because I can take the items off him if I need to. but I'm still not convinced that. Like, I think I am gonna freestar him just to say screw it. Like, just because I can, I'm gonna freestar this Olaf and make him really strong. Yeah, let's see if this works out. Let's see if this if this Olaf carry works out. But yeah, where was I? I just got distracted by the power of the amazing Olaf. Where was I? Yeah, back in the day, like, you could win matches and stuff, and you could turn a fourth into a first just by having superior positioning. Now that's probably still true now, but it's less true. So you need to do a lot better with your positioning, not just basic positioning. And it's been interesting to see the growth of TFT and how the community has gotten better and how people have gotten better at the game. Like, the average player knows how to do all of these things, which does change a lot of things. And I also think it means that experimentation is harder. You can still experiment, but if you just go in and you don't have like a valid strategy, you don't know your econ timings, I do think you get punished quite hard. I think I get punished quite hard. Like, I literally just recorded the game now, which I don't know if I'm gonna upload. I don't like uploading games like this, but I just recorded the game now where I just kind of crapped all over my econ and lost. And I don't really know how I messed up that badly, but I did, which is quite interesting. What am I thinking? Unified Resistance is probably Silverveil would have been really great to know I was getting that before. Wait, no. Yeah, because then I wouldn't have built a Quicksilver, but whatever. Partial Ascension, Silent Block, no, Unified Resistance. I like Unified Resistance because I think just getting free resistances, it's hard to pass that up. Like, my units are just here and now they're stronger. I think it's, yeah, 3 or more champions on the same round. I'm going to put him all the way on the edge because I don't want him to get targeted. And I know that teams are still not strong enough to deal with my Olaf. Well, I don't think so. Let's look at the other teams. But I'm first place and I'm streaking. I don't think they can deal with it. Oh, they might actually because they've got 2 strong frontliners. So maybe this guy can. He can't deal with Olaf. They probably can't. They can't. They probably can't. Yeah, unless they have a restrong, they probably can. They can't, yeah. So it's like, unless they have a really strong front line, I don't see how. This team is the only thing is they do have Annie, but she's not itemized, which does help. Actually, no, they can't, yeah. Olaf starts hitting and there's just nothing you can do about it, which is nice. And then, because he gains attack speed as well, that's also quite hard to do. Does he gain AD as well? Let's see what Olaf's ability says. Olaf, he heals for every attack, and then he gains 4% attack speed, so he just gains on those stats. I'm going to take the Gnar. Right now, it seems like it's probably going to be a Bruiser. Just Bruiser until level 8, and then roll for a random 4 cost that can use those items. I don't know what 4 cost those items would be good on, though, to be fair. So I picked up another Bruiser, which is lovely. Am I just doing a Bruiser build here? It's seeming like, right now, it seems like I'm just doing a Bruiser build. What do I need for Pentakill? I need 3. The Riven doesn't do anything for my team, so I guess we get rid of Riven for the 3rd Pentakill. But yeah, right now it's just a nice chunky Bruiser frontline. I would actually like to sell the Gragas and put my Zac instead because he's a better character, but we work with what we have. And Olaf seems to be working, so it's confirmed that Olaf is the best character in TFT. As long, oh, is that a 3-star Corki? It looks shiny. Yeah, it is. That Corki looks kind of cool. I like him because he's 3-star, but I don't know, he looks a little bit different to regular 3-star. Right, so yeah, Olaf is pretty much impossible for most of the enemies to touch, which is nice. He's going to run straight through the team. Batter another guy and batter the last guy. So, yeah, so what are my current thoughts on TFT? I really like the current set in terms of balance. One of the things that I found in a lot of TFT sets, so like I said, I haven't played heavily since the last Chosen set, but I have played. And one thing that I didn't really like in TFT, and that was starting to get to me and make me not like to play it. Well, firstly, it was losing Chosen because I thought Chosen was a good mechanic. I like it. If you guys don't like Chosen, by the way, tell me why you don't like Chosen. I always thought it was a good mechanic, but I've seen a lot of people on Reddit complain and say, oh, they don't really like it, it's unbalanced, blah, blah, blah. Let me finish my thought and then I'll explain why I think I like Chosen. So, one of the things that I do like about this set is, so far, it feels like everything is really balanced. I still personally haven't come up against anything that seems super unbalanced and super unfair, and it's like, how do you ever even beat this comp and blah, blah, like, I haven't experienced that. Maybe you guys have. If you guys have, tell me. Tell me if you've experienced that, and then maybe it's just that I've got selection bias on what I've seen. But it really does seem like... I'm actually going to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be stupid. Just in case I do see a good Bruiser. But is there a good level 4 Bruiser? that would use those items. Oh, Laui uses tank items, so there's not. Yeah, anyway, but from what I like, for example, last set even Demacia was really unfair. Demacia had the ability to just kind of have a radium item and just carry themselves from like literally from like as soon as they get the first 3 characters, which is really unfair. Whereas in this set, there doesn't seem to be anything overwhelmingly strong. Like even when I learned the Annie build, that didn't feel like overwhelmingly strong. It was just Annie. Like it was just Annie's a good unit, and there are some units that are really strong, but there don't seem like to be any traits or anything that are really strong, which I do like. I think they've done a good job of balancing it. I really like what's his name, Mortdog. I like the way he interacts with the community. I like the fact that he also seems to be very good at the game, and this is maybe an unfair characterization because I'm sure that a lot of the League of Legends main game designers are good at the game as well. But one of the things about Mortdog is he does seem to really understand the game well from both a designing and a playing perspective, and so it gives him a balanced way of approaching the game. Again, this is all hyperbole. I don't actually know Mortdog. I can confirm I've never met him, so I could be wrong. Maybe he doesn't understand the game at all, but it doesn't come across like that. I'm gonna 2-star the Riven just because she's there. Why not? I don't see a reason not to. And then get back to my econ breakpoint. I'll sell this. You 2-star. You're not even 2-star. Oh, I thought you was 2-star because of the health, but it's because of the Razor thing. I'm gonna sell that back to get back. But yeah, so why did I like Chosen? That's what I wanted to talk about. There was a couple of things. Firstly, the mechanic in itself. One of the most frustrating parts about TFT is the RNG sometimes. Sometimes it does feel like you're just handed losses because you don't hit enough of a good unit, don't hit enough of a carry unit. And one of the things I really like about Chosen is it did simplify that. Oh, now he's getting stuck on some with Vormel, which is a bad sign. My team is tanky, so like I don't insta-lose to my damage source being stuck on a tank, but it's not great. Like I do need a way to answer him. Hopefully he eventually does. But anyway, yeah, what I like Chosen. TFT, sometimes you do just kind of get destroyed and unfairly wrecked by not hitting, pretty much. Like sometimes your choice is not really between coming first and 8th, your choice is between maybe top 4ing and 8th, and I don't like that. And I feel like Chosen mitigated that a little bit, just because while it made it harder to secure first, like you can get sacked out first in Chosen often, that does happen, but it's really hard to get sacked out top 4 in my opinion, as long as you play well. Like genuinely, I felt as though I always had options to look at different really good comps and options to pick a really good carry that can fit my items, etc, etc. I also felt like the themes in Chosen were really cool. Like I said, I really liked Fabled Guardians, Fabled Sentinels, whatever the Nico, Aatrox, Sejuani team was. I really liked that team, I thought it was cool. Another thing as well that I like about Chosen compared to the other sets is that for me it felt like one of the mechanics that felt most natural for the game. There's been a lot of mechanics in this game that for me it's like this doesn't really feel like TFT. It feels really forced in, like I have to interact with this thing or I'm punished for it, but I don't want to interact with this thing. So like the augments, sometimes I don't like the augments because they really do feel like they really warp how the game is played in not a positive way. And while Chosen does warp the game, I'm not disputing that Chosen doesn't warp the game, for me it didn't feel like it warped the game in that meaningful kind of way. Like it felt as though, no, it's just a logical progression. Like I get to choose the kind of comp I'm going for. It just makes me be more direct about it. Now, I don't know what the arguments against Chosen are, to be honest. I don't know all of them. I know some, which is kind of balancing and things like that. But I always try and ignore things like balancing as an argument for like why you like a certain feature, just because balancing to me is sometimes a feature is just unbalanceable. But it's rare that a feature's actually completely unbalanceable. Most of the time, a feature is at least partially balanceable, and it's just a case of getting to that point. And I think, and so I ignore balancing. Like I think augments, for example, weren't balanced very well at first. Some augments really unfair. But I don't think balancing is an issue with augments, and I don't think it was an issue with Chosen either. Ooh, so this is tempting to sell my team because I'm so far ahead and pivot into something. Do I do this and do it for the YouTube video? No, I'm not doing that for the YouTube video. I would never sacrifice anything for a YouTube video. That would be absolutely bad. No, I won't do it because I think Inspiring Epitaph is actually quite useful. But what's nice now actually is that my team is strong and I can probably just roll down and eventually hit another pentakill. So yeah, this. Oh, okay. So this is exactly who I wanted to see, Alawi. And then I replace. This is so hard. Okay, I replace Gragas. Move her over here. Take that off you. Oh, it didn't work in time. But yeah, I've got Pentakill now, which is really, really useful. So I guess I'm doing a Bruiser build. Sure. But yeah, now I've actually got... Oh, I haven't got Edgelord yet. I thought I had Edgelord as well, but I don't. But I think my team's actually really strong now, because I have an Olaf carry who is just seeming like he's going to win and not really do a bad job. And then now he's supported by an Alawi. Hitting that Alawi is absolutely lucky. I can't tell if I've just gotten really lucky or kind of lucky this game. But it's working out because I haven't lost a match yet. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it carries on going well. Back to one of the things I was talking about in the beginning as well is, for me, I like being good at games. I like it when I'm good and I understand the games. Like that pursuit of understanding and that pursuit of mastering a game is a big part of my enjoyment in it. And so, for example, Bramblevest gives you max health. I did not know that, actually. That's quite interesting. And so, if you guys are watching this and you're seeing me do something wrong, trust me, I won't be offended. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. Simeon, this is not wrong. Don't say Simeon. Say Fabs. Don't say my government. Say Fabs. This is not how you play TFT. Do this. You just got lucky, blah, blah. And I like it because it'll be good if by the end of this December period, like I managed to hit some higher rankings in TFT. We'll see what happens, though. It might be a bit of a journey. But yeah, this match is going really well so far. What's nice is that, again, what's nice about Bruiser compared to some of the other verticals is that with Bruiser, your team kind of does the job by itself. Like, every unit is pretty effective. Some of the verticals, you have units literally just to hit numbers. But in Bruiser, every unit just has a lot of health. And so you end up with a team that, even if you've only got one actual character, and I've got like one maybe character on the team still kind of works, which is really, really good. So I'm going to get some more tank items for Alawi. I think Alawi is just the character I want to buff up. I think I'm going to go up to level 9 or 10 and try and get a chosen Alawi to replace the Olaf with. That might be a risk. That might be a really bad risk that I'm taking, but I do think it makes sense. I think I'm pretty much, unless I get this could be famous last words, but unless I get really bad luck, I do think I'm a shoo-in for top 4 now. I don't know if I can actually win this though. Yeah, it could also be that no one's building. There's this item, what's the item called? I can't remember. There's the item that gives you more damage against people with high HP, and it could just be that no one's building that. Do I want the Executioner? Karthus here is actually not bad, just because he actually does do good damage. And losing Mosha doesn't mean anything here, because Set is not a relevant character. Yeah, I think I saw now here. Just because Karthus is actually a good character, and if I get random AP items, I can chuck them on Karthus and he'll be relevant. And even without it, like, he's just a useful character to have, I think. He does do good damage. What's his base damage with his ability? Yeah, 220 damage, and he gains mana if they die, just in the backline. And I've got such a big front line as well that he will potentially get to cost multiple times even with no mana items. Well, that's if Olaf doesn't murder the entire enemy team first. Yeah, that is predicated on that, so is what it is. Seems to be going quite well though, so alright, let's see what happens next round. Are we going to carry on with the streak? This is a 14 streak, which is quite nice. I've had one flawless game in the past on TFT. I think it was actually last set, funnily enough. No, it wasn't. It was the set with Warlords, which might have been chosen as well. I remember Warlords was... I really like verticals like Warlords as well. Those are ones that I like as well, where it's like they just get stronger and stronger over time when they win. I like those because, again, like I said, I like the simplicity of just following one trait and not having to do much. And you'll probably see me playing. I do that most of the time. I just play 6 brews or whatever and hope for the best. But yeah, one of the things I really liked about Warlords is that once they started winning, it felt like they could just never stop. This team does look a little bit scary. I remember last time I actually almost lost to this because the Senna, yeah, the Senna gets on my best character straight away, and that's not good news. The hope is here that I can somehow crack their front line a little bit so that Olaf stops getting focused, because right now it's not looking good. He is doing a really good job of not dying though. My gosh, this Olaf is absolutely crazy. Okay, he did get stunned, but wow, Olaf is... Right, it's seeming like I should have this, to be honest. Unless then I can put in some crazy damage now. Wow, how much damage did he take? Okay, so he did take a lot of damage, but it just seemed like they couldn't crack the front line in time, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to take that because 3-starring units is going to be relevant here. Because my Econ is stellar, and I haven't actually had to do this. Is probably like the best trailer for how to not play TFT and still do well in it, because I don't think my position is correct. I don't think I've got the right units, but I'm somehow still being rewarded for it. I have got a random 3-star Riven as well that's not contributing to anything, but I'm not going to drop her because she's 2-star, and it's like, why would I? Riven's such a good unit, I don't think it's worth dropping her. Ooh, so I actually really like Redemption, so I actually do want to build Redemption, but then having a Shojin for Karthus wouldn't be bad. A Warmogs wouldn't be bad as well for Alawi. Let's see. Okay, so I have loads of choices here. Is that item good on her? Shojin? I don't think it is. Not Shojin, Sterax. I need to use both. Okay, so I think I give her Warmogs because this lets me give Karthus Shojin, which is just a good item. So, and then my Alawi is just even more of a problem in the front line for the enemy to deal with, which is what I want ideally. I just want the enemies to be stuck on units that aren't her. The only person I'm scared of is that guy with Senna. I haven't actually looked at anyone else's boards. It's this guy, but I don't think I'm going to be against him for another couple of rounds, which is nice. But I potentially might need to move the Olaf. The thing is, against everyone else, just having him in the corner and not getting focus is really helpful. But yeah, the good thing now though is Karthus is going to be continually casting, and Alawi is fully kitted out now. So the combination of both of those is actually a problem. Like, I have other units that the enemy actually has to look at and potentially deal with. Olaf is struggling to win against this. What the heck is that? Is that Katarina? She is. I might lose here. That Katarina. Oh my gosh! I almost lost to the Katarina. What does she do? She throws a blade and does some damage with the blade. Okay, that was quite crazy. I didn't expect that to go as close as it did, but I did get very, very close. So I have got to 9, which is nice. So there's a suggestion here maybe to go a bit deeper into Pentakill potentially. What am I close to that I can use just for this round? I don't really want to buy the Blitz. I like the fact that my econs. I think just buy some more back row characters just to hold for now. Oh yeah, I get EDM now. So yeah, let's get some free stuns off the So again, we have my guy in the corner taking a huge amount of damage, and he's taking way more this time as well before he's stacked up. So it's not looking great, but the stun is very lovely. I don't know, is Olaf going to survive? Yeah, I think he's going to die, unfortunately. This might be the first time Olaf dies all game. If one of his teammates dies, it keeps him alive. Unfortunately, Olaf dies, which is not looking good for me. However, Alawi and Karthus are still alive. Ooh, the stun. The last second stun into the Karthus. Okay, so I might have a chance here, but it's really hard to kill Poppy. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I'm not going to get to kill the Poppy. So I finally take the loss. To the Ceremony. She takes me off the 14 or 15 win streak, which is a bit of a shame. It was going so well, but now it's to look for a level 5 Chosen, I guess. So I have a couple of choices here. I could econ all the way up, but I don't know how much it costs, so I don't know. Or so I could just sell this Olaf basically, but I feel like I still beat pretty much everyone else. What I'm actually going to do is move him just to this side instead. I think this actually makes sense because there's only one person I need to be scared of. Oh, lovely, I moved him to the same side as the TF, but I don't think TF can kill him. Well, maybe he can, but I think TF will struggle to do meaningful amounts of damage to him. Yeah, as I thought. And the Lux in the backline is actually doing a lot more problems for the enemy team than I thought she would, because she actually does pretty good base damage. It's not Dazzler, which is not reducing the damage, but it's still good. And the the bounce, I think the EDM bounce is very, very valuable. I'm really liking the EDM bounce. I'm tempted to even put in another EDM unit just so I can keep getting those stuns, because those stuns are buying me a lot of time in these battles and allow me to do things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do. So we level up again. Yeah, perhaps I'm thinking, not even thinking correctly. Maybe this is a game where it doesn't make sense to actually change my carry. Like, I just leave it on the Olaf, because I've top 4'd now. I've top 4'd and only took one loss into the top 4. So I don't know, you guys, what would you do here? From me, it seems like that I'm not really fighting any battle that I need to change my my carry. People are looking at my team. I've got Careless next, and he's got no one in his team who I think can oh, he's got the Katarina. So he's just got the Katarina. Okay, you know what? So let's roll for the Karthus, I think. That's going to be very, very useful. Yeah, I can't think of anyone who would use these items better than the OLAF, funnily enough. I think a chosen Alawi would be very good, but I think outside of that, I just don't think it makes sense to do much to change my team. So I'm going to stick on it and hope for the best. Alright, so this Karina, I remember last time, she got in a death match with my OLAF and caused a lot of problems, but luckily enough, my Carthus is a lot stronger now and he can spam his ult. His build is literally designed so yeah, the rest of her team gets ripped to shreds. So it seems though the rest of the team didn't really get stronger, which is meaning that yeah, Kyrie ends up doing nothing. He gets killed. Who would I be against next? So it's going to be against me and this Data Apollo guy. Lastly, hopefully he loses to this. Oh good, take some free damage. That's nice. So we've got. I think I'm actually going to go all the way to the highest level just because I'm so far ahead in money. I'm actually going to get there, and the opportunity to get a crazy powerful Alawi chosen I think would be good. I don't know if I could be throwing getting rid of this OLAF, but I don't know if it's actually the case. I think even if it's not Alawi chosen, to be honest, even if it's just another random melee chosen that can use items, I think it'd be good. Like even a Z or something, I don't know, might be good. Or pentakills. Any pentakill? Yeah, the thing is, my history of Viego has not been good. Maybe Yorick actually would be the chosen that I would go for. My history of pentakill has been quite bad, but this is nice, yeah, because now they're all focusing on this Alawi, which is a lot less problematic for me than focusing on the OLAF. So the OLAF got a lot of free hits out. So now the case is just for OLAF to hopefully not die before he switches onto the Senna, which it doesn't seem like he will. It feels like, yeah, he just, once he gets ramping, it's just very hard for him to deal with him. He just has so much attack speed, so much damage. Like, what did he get? All the way to the 5 attack speed. So I think switching right after the other side was definitely very helpful. And okay, so we roll. Oh, it's been offered to me now. Yeah, I think we take him. Okay, guys, we say goodbye to the OLAF and we move on to this guy. So we've lost Bruiser, which is fine. So maybe even now we just pivot into some pentakill units. Pentakills and mushers, right? So right, I actually have to use my keyboard now to roll down and hit some pentakills and mushers. So am I going to see one? So I see another pentakill, see another musher. I've got 2 mushers. I only need 2 more. I think 2 more mushers would be useful here. So 1 musher. Oh, I missed the musher there. Okay, I got him there. So we get rid of you. Okay, well, we're not doing it this round, but that's fine. And we're going to get another tank, yet another tank item, I think. And plonk that on the Zac if I can find him. But yeah, I think having the Yorick spam units is just going to be very hard for every team to deal with. Yeah, and then Carp's in the back line. Oh, it would have been nice if he went for the Sen. I might actually lose this one. If he had gone for the Sen, I would have liked that a lot more, but it's still fine. Okay, no, luckily enough, no, having all those units is still good. Yorick is very hard to deal with the amount of damage he does, and being fully kitted out is always going to be a problem for the enemy. So we sell this. Okay, lovely. My Zac is going to be level 2, so we need that last musher, and we replace... who do we replace here? I can't think of who would be best to replace. We don't need Edgelord, actually, so Riven probably. Okay, so we replace Riven, the last musher for Riven. Alright. Oh, here it is. Already here. Yeah, so we got musher. We move you here, you to the front, you staggered back 1, and then we put that on you. Take this. Consider this. Okay, so the team is looking pretty good now. This is looking like a team that can actually win now. I think with the Yorick carry, it's going to be hard for any of the enemies to meaningfully do much to my team. And then Carpus in the backline, I think just giving him 1 AP item, I think gives me the win. So yeah, I don't know. I think I've managed to convert it into a potential win. We are on a win streak again. And I think that Data Apollo guy is not going to be able to deal with my Yorick as well. Oh, guys, I don't think you understand the temptation it is right now to switch back to this Alawi. I will not do it. I will not. But I was heavily tempted there. But maybe I can 2-star her actually. So let's just roll and hopefully we get that 2-star. Are we gonna see it? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately we don't get the 2-star Ari. I have got a bunch of poppies here, but I'm not gonna go for 3-star poppy because I just don't see the point. Oh wait, did I just sell a 2-star poppy and I don't actually have the poppy on the wall? That's hilarious. So I didn't actually put the 2-star poppy in. So what 2 moshas did I put in? Or did I, and am I seeing her there? No, I didn't. I didn't actually put the 2-star poppy in, which is quite funny. But yeah, I don't think it matters too much. Again, Yorick is just really hard to deal with here. And it's like, Karthus is just getting free reign to cast this. The thing is, that's nice, is like, Karthus just gets free reign to cast as many times as he wants in the background. Really can't do much about it. And then stuns from Zakin, and the EDM stuns, I think that was completely unplanned, but is working really well. Oh, now getting that Musha spat is actually quite nice. I won't take it though. I think I just take yet another tank item, right? I have a tank item or well, I didn't pick in time. You guys see? Okay, I got the item I wanted anyway. Yeah, I got the item I wanted. You guys are seeing A1 TFT play right here. As you can see, I am the best TFT player alive. I don't do anything incorrect. So, but yeah, I think my team's in a good position. I don't think I should lose to this guy. I'm not too worried about his team. Nothing on his team screams to me like, this is a problem if you don't deal with it. And my positioning is a little bit weird, but it seems to be working, so we'll keep on going with it. So what is I don't know if I need an extra win condition here. Probably a bit more of a front line is probably the only thing potentially needed. But I do think Karthus with the Morellos as well now, on top of having a strong enough front line, is hugely problematic for them. I really do like the way Morellos works in terms of kind of putting that extra damage down over time. It's just really useful. Yeah, by the time they kill the rest of my team, it's like Yorick has provided an extra front line. So Karthus just gets the cast for free again. So I don't know what I'm rolling for. I'm not re-rolling for anything. So we're going to go into the last round. But if you guys have stayed all the way to this point, I'm doing it prematurely because here's a quick run. But if you guys have stayed all the way to this point, thank you so much. This has been a really, really good year for me on my channel. I've seen like 100 subscribers every month since September, which is lovely. Like I was literally at the beginning of this year, I was on like 300 subscribers. Now I'm like 830, so very close to that 1,000 mark, which would be nice to hit my first 1,000 3.5 years into my YouTube career. But yeah, thank you for watching if you've been here. Oh, that's not looking good. My he actually switched time, so he actually outpositioned me here, which is quite worrying. But yeah, thank you for watching. I do really enjoy doing this stuff, and I think as well, if you're someone who has been here since the beginning, I don't always respond to every comment and stuff like that, just for the time, but I do see all the comments, I do see all of the kind of love, and it is really nice when you guys come up and say stuff to me in public as well. It is really appreciated, and it really does motivate me to carry on this channel. It is seeming like I'm gonna have to try and outposition this guy now, though. My I just need to keep these two guys basically away from him. So I think what I'm actually gonna do, which is a bit cheeky, is I'm gonna try and nest Yorick in between the tanks, with the idea that these tanks will kind of cushion him so he can never get too hard focused. I remember, I don't know if it still works the same way, but Gargoyle Stoneplate. Was it Gargoyles? No, there was it was Zezirot. Zezirot used to change aggro, and I used to really like that because it meant that I could feel confident putting a melee carry on the front row because they weren't going to take aggro. That doesn't work anymore. Ooh, but Evan Shroud is a great item, and I will be taking that. So I think I should look for something to upgrade here. What's he done? Okay, so he's shifted his whole team around. So what I'm actually going to do is shift my team and then watch him, so that he's scared and he doesn't shift his team. Yeah, he's not going to shift his team. My team's been shifted around. So I should be safe here. It's hard to say, but it does look good. Yorick is going to get to just attack and not get stun knocked really early on, which is going to be hugely helpful for him. Harvard's going to get castle free a bunch of times, which is also helpful. Oh my gosh. Someone killed my Yorick. I don't know how Yorick died just there, actually, so maybe I don't win this one. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how Yorick died there. Is it Kiana or something? Where did Yorick die to? Let's look at his damage first. Zach. Oh no, that's not him, sorry. Was it Na maybe? He was Kiana. Okay, he's playing a Kiana. That is quite worrying. Yeah, the Kiana. Maybe it was her then who killed the Yorick. I don't know. It was going so well, so I'm actually going to level up all the way to level 10 here. And let's put in a Sona. Put in a Sona, and she is going to heal and shield allies. Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure how I died so quickly there. It was going really well. Let's watch Yorick closely here and see what happens. Is it the Amumu as well? It could be the Amumu. So he starts hitting. He hasn't taken any damage. Hasn't taken any damage. Still hasn't taken any much damage. Okay, he just took a big chunk. I think it's the Amumu. Yeah, the Amumu did a huge chunk to my guy there. Caused him huge issues. Now what's good is... Oh, lovely. The Sona Hill came in clutch at the end. And I do manage to take the victory. So we almost got swifted off the top there, guys. But I managed to take the first place. Lovely. So yeah, first game back, guys. It's going to be a very, very good month. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.